guys, so it's me, and I've tried to record this video now like 4 times, and it's not working. I'm having a hot flash, so, and John's making lewd gestures and upstairs. But, I wanted to make a video because, will you cut it? Oh my god. I wanted to make a video because it's been a really bad week in our house. Some people have asked, where's my, giveaway video that I said that I would do, and some other things that I have been working on, which I've recorded them. They're just sitting on my computer waiting to be edited. But on Tuesday, I don't know if it's the 12th or, no, Tuesday the, 17th, Mommy Abroad came and visited us, Megan, and I, at 5:30, woke up in the morning and was having some endometrial pain from my endometriosis. So I took a Tylenol with codeine, and then by like 11:30 we were at the mall because our plan was to go shopping and then to the candy store, and by then I couldn't even like walk. Like I was in a lot of pain in my like where your pubic like V is, like the right side just was having these stabbing like pain, like somebody was taking a wrought iron like poker and just stabbing me. So John's gonna like do something behind me. I don't know where it is. So after that, I had to basically tell Megan that I needed to go home because I was not feeling well at all. I felt so bad because she came, like, drove 5 hours by herself and stuff. 6 hours, sorry, John just corrected me. So we came home, and I probably shouldn't have driven home now that I think about it because I was in that much pain. But basically, after finding somebody to stay with Wyatt, Megan took me to the emergency room because my pain was that bad. And bless her heart, she stayed with us, John and I, and helped with Kaya for, I don't know, like 4.5, 5 hours. We got there around like noon, I want to say, and then left around 4:35. Why are you looking for something? Okay. So I got to the emergency room and I was in a lot of pain. Pain to the point where I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk. It was excruciating. They gave me a shot of fentanyl, which is basically morphine, like a synthetic heroin, and a shot of Toradol, which is liquid like Aleve from inflammation. So I was on those, and it pretty much knocked me out. They took a CT, couldn't find anything wrong with me, chalked it up to my endometriosis, sent me home with a prescription of Percocet, and that was about it. I got home, and I felt better, like I could walk and the pain was gone, but I felt like really loopy. So we went, Megan ended up leaving around like 12:30 that night, and then that was the last we saw of her because then she had to drive home the next day. And the next morning I woke up and I still felt a little bit loopy from the drugs, but the pain was gone. After that, I got around noon, I figured, okay, the pain is gone. I'm going to try to clean the house because the kids have wrecked it because I was pretty much kind of trying to take it easy on the couch. So the room that we're in right now was like destroyed. So I cleaned this room up, I cleaned the upstairs, cleaned the kitchen, and then I vacuumed. And then in the middle of vacuuming, I just felt all of a sudden the pain coming back. By the time I got to the couch, it was like excruciating. I felt like I was dying. I called John and I told him he needed to come home. I needed him because I just was in so much pain. So he got home as soon as he could. The pain got worse and worse and worse to the point where I was like on the toilet because I felt like I had to go number 2, but nothing would come out. But then I couldn't get up off the toilet because I was in so much pain. And then I couldn't even walk. It got to the point where I was just screaming in agony, and John finally helped me to the car, and we went to the emergency room after getting our kids situated with people who could watch them. We ended up going to the hospital, and the emergency room was ready for me, and immediately wheeled me back and got a shot of Toradol and Dilaudid this time in my system. Dilaudid is actually stronger than morphine or fentanyl. It's an opiate, just like morphine is. I don't know exactly what the difference is between them, but Dilaudid is supposed to be stronger. It did not do anything. It did not. I should also mention that that morning I had taken 4 Percocets before Not all at once. I took 2, and then those didn't do anything, and then I took 2 more before we went to the hospital to see if that would help, and they didn't even like make a dent in my pain. We went to the hospital, and I don't usually take pain relievers at all. We went to the hospital, they gave me Dilaudid and the Toradol, and it didn't even make a dent either. So they ended up giving me 4 shots of Dilaudid before even admitting me to the hospital. So that would probably been in like a 4-hour span, and not a single thing made any dent in my pain. I mean, it made it like duller, but it still was there. They took another CT, they took an ultrasound, which both the CT showed inflammation on my SIJ, which is the sacroiliac joint. I had signs of chronic inflammation. Sorry, I've told this story so many times to people. So basically, the doctor asked me if I had lower back pain or sciatic pain, and basically, yes, I do suffer from those things every day. And now that I think about it, when I was pregnant with Kaya towards the end, I complained about hurting in that area, not on both sides, just on my right side. And I chalked it up to being around ligament pain, but I'm pretty sure now that I've seen, that the doctors have seen my CAT scans and my MRIs, that that's what it was caused by. So, they ended up admitting me because they didn't want to send me home because I wasn't able to manage my pain, by myself. I ended up staying for 2 days, and during those 2 days, they chocked me full of opiates and morphine and Dilaudid, and I can't really remember those 2 days that I was there. I mean, I remember bits and pieces, but I was basically pretty drugged up through my IV the whole time because that's the only thing that would keep my pain under control. It's been a really crappy week because I've just not felt well. The pain was so excruciating that I honestly can tell you that I would rather die than experience it again. And I'm not being over dramatic. It was really painful. It was more painful than any of my natural deliveries, and I didn't get a baby out of it. And the drugs that they gave me scared me because they were so, apparently when they took me down for my MRI, I told John after they dragged me back up, which I don't even remember them doing my MRI, that I told him that they had to keep telling me to hold still because I kept dancing during the MRI. And then something about a clown college and somebody losing their nuts and bolts, and I was worried that they lost them. Like, all this stuff was going on because of these drugs, and that's what scares me, is because I don't remember a single thing because of them. So, I don't know what that exactly means for me in regards to next month, but this was the worst episode I've ever had. If you guys follow me on my Facebook, or even here, in July, I had my first endometrial attack, and I went to a different ER, and they just kind of chalked it up to endometriosis and sent me home on Vicodin. But this attack was like 20,000 times worse. Like it felt like I felt like I was dying. So apparently, the verdict is that I have endometriosis, which we already knew, but I also have SIJ disorder, which is sacroiliac joint disorder. The sacral joint is basically the joint that holds your spine and your hip bone, John? Is that what it is? Pelvis to your spine. So if that is out of place or something's wrong with it, every single time you move, stuff doesn't move right. Apparently the sacral joints there's a lot of nerve endings and pain areas there, so it is a very sensitive spot and can cause excruciating pain. Unfortunately, sacroiliac joint disorder and endometriosis kind of work hand in hand. They both make each other worse. That joint during your menstrual cycle or when you're pregnant, your body produces relaxin, which relaxes your joints and muscles. So in my case, that makes it worse. And it just flares up really bad. Why it started just flaring up now, we don't know. Apparently, injuries during deliveries and pregnancies can make those things worse. I guess it's 5% of women, John, suffer from it?
I don't know for sure.
He doesn't know for sure. He was doing research on the internet, but
The internet.
But yeah, so
The internet.
I was really happy because after the MRI and all that stuff, it didn't show a tumor or anything. The ultrasound, like I said, was super invasive and uncomfortable, but that ruled out any signs of anything wrong with my ovaries. And we have answers now. So now, because of my SIJ disorder, I need to either find an osteopath or an orthopedic surgeon to figure out how I can solve that problem if it doesn't settle down this next month. It's like clockwork. My cycles are like clockwork. For some reason, they start on the 17th, and that's when things start getting bad, and they end like around the 22nd, 23rd. So, needless to say, I'm very scared for the next attack. I left the hospital, but before I left the hospital on Friday, they gave me a Depo-Provera shot, which will hopefully stop my cycle, and if that's the case, maybe that'll clear everything up. But my fear is that what if it doesn't, because I can't go through this pain again. Like I said, I'm not being over dramatic. I would rather... I don't know. I don't know if I can go through it again. It was really, really painful. So, John's been really great. He had to take 2 days off of work. I had to spend 2 nights away from Kaya, which is the first I've ever left her overnight. I couldn't nurse her for 3 days straight. It was difficult. She didn't eat she didn't drink anything. We tried formula with her, and she didn't want it. She ate solids and water until I came home and was able to nurse her again. I had to pump in the hospital, and nothing would come out because I haven't pumped in so long. And it's just been a really rough week this weekend. After we got home from the hospital even, I started having these just horrible withdrawal symptoms. You can see my face is all shiny. I've been like having hot flashes, nausea, diarrhea. I know that's FYI, TMI, but
It is for your information.
It is for your information, but because I was on narcotics for 3 days straight. So I've been trying to steer away from taking my Percocets if I can help it. So I've been trying to just take it easy. I have some theories as to why this last attack was so bad. I feel like it was because I pushed myself too hard, because every single time they would move or touch that area or move my leg in the emergency room or the hospital, that's when the pain would increase or start again. And it wasn't until I vacuumed that my joint started hurting really bad again. So I think it has something to do with the fact that I didn't take it easy. I should have just not done anything. I shouldn't have gone to the mall, which is nobody's fault but mine. I shouldn't have done so much the weekend before. As you guys know, we went to the Ren Fair with Lisa and Bill, and we walked miles, and most of the time I was carrying Kaya on my front, so that probably didn't help. I don't know. These are just theories, but this is the worst attack I've ever had, and I'm still having some symptoms of, being in the hospital, but the pain is finally subsiding. It's a little bit sore. I'm just trying to take it easy until it goes away completely. But I'm hoping the Depo-Provera works. I'm hoping that my joint disorder just finds a way to just cure itself if the endometrial stuff is under control. But like I said, I'm really scared. John's been really good. He's been really helpful, and I know this sucks for him too, because I've just, nobody likes seeing other people in pain. It's just stunk. Yesterday my friend Noelle came into town and she helped with the kids and stuff, and it's just been really hard because I want to go back to normal, but then it sucks because I'm so scared of next month, of what's going to happen on the 17th. Am I going to need to go back to the emergency room for the 4th time and live for 2 days drugged up, or, I don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, so I'm very depressed right now. I'm very sad. I don't think my husband's excited right now about everything going on. The kids seem to be pretty unaffected by it. They're all outside. Well, 2 of them are outside, and Kai's watching through the window, but yeah, so that's been our week. I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to do a bunch of stuff on Facebook or my social networks. I'm not going to upload videos until I get a chance to edit them, which I'm not going to kill myself doing. I don't know if I'm going to blog. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I don't know. I don't feel well. I'm sad. I'm very depressed. I feel like my body's failing me, and I don't know what to do anymore. I'm mentally just terrified out of my gourd for what's going to happen in 3 more weeks. I don't even want to shower. I haven't showered in 3 days because I feel like, what's the point? And I don't know. So that is the past few days for us. But at least our kids are happy. So that's what's been going on. So I hope you guys aren't, I don't know. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm just gonna take care of me right now. And I will talk to you guys all next time. Bye.